first day of school, I'm just standing there. This kid comes up and he said, "I peed in my pants." And I'm like, that ain't gonna get you girls, bro. Your game is weak. If I were you, I'd go lay on that beanbag chair back there. It's absorbent. It'll absorb it all. Just 5 minutes in the front, rotate 5 minutes on the back. You're probably good. Seriously, when you're working with kindergarteners, all you're doing is domesticating wild animals. That is all you're doing. That's it. Some of you parents know you have a kid that should have been going to school at 6 years old. They weren't housebroken yet. You know that. You know which one you are. You'd send your kids to school with an extra set of clothes. That's rude. Don't do that. That's rude because that's a mindset. You look at your kids and you're like, there's no way this kid goes 6 hours with the same pants. That is not going to happen. And that's never happened so far. And there's also no way I'm going over there to change those pants. That's not going to happen either. So then I get reminded that I had to go change this kid's pants. I never changed a kid's pants before. When I walked in the bathroom, I'm like, don't tell anybody about this. You stare at that wall, I stare at this wall, we don't make any eye contact. That's what we're doing right now. No side eye either, weirdo. So then I'm like, grab the side of his sweats and like pulling them down. And as soon as they get like mid-thigh level, this monster throws his hands above his head, starts leaning into it like, there we go, yeah, swing it. What are you doing, Magic Mike? Are you kidding me right now? I need to go burn my eyes on my head. This is ridiculous. I'm writing my name on the whiteboard. I wrote Mr. I got to the first letter of my first name, B. And this kid in the back of the room just goes, "Yo, what's up, Mr. Butt Nugget?" Just screaming that on me. He screamed Butt Nugget at me in a room full of 6 years old. What am I going to close on? Because Butt Nuggets is hilarious and you cannot discipline a kid while you're laughing. That doesn't happen. They know they beat you. I was at the whiteboard just trying to hold it together, just going, "Don't laugh, it shows weakness. These monsters feed on weakness." I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay. Well, we do not talk like that in this classroom. And this kid just confidently leans back and goes, "Really? Why not? But's not a bad word, and neither is nugget." Dang it. How are you now going to throw a logical argument back at me? Ridiculous. One day this kid goes, "Yo, Mr. B, why are you so sweaty right now?" Thank you. Appreciate that one. Thanks. Yeah. Good question. I'm having what's called an anxiety attack right now. That's what's happening right now. Yeah. Then it dawned on me that students who challenge their teachers all the time need their teachers the most. That's when I decided to quit teaching, because this is the hardest job you'll ever love. Thank you.
Asian parents. That stereotype of like Asian parents wanting their kids to be doctors, it's weird because it's true, right? I know because my parents are the same way. They just want us to be doctors. It was like this obsession. They just want us to be doctors. And it's insidious as well because when Asian parents want their kids to be doctors, helping people is like at the bottom of the list of reasons. Oh, if it even makes the list of reasons to go into medicine, helping people is like the unfortunate byproduct of becoming a healthcare professional. It's like when they first see that, they can't even believe it. You gotta help people? Well, whatever. Get it out of the way. But don't let it get into the way of what this is really about. It's about the money and the prestige, right? And it's also weird because Asian parents are always the last group of people you can ever convince to see a doctor. They will never see a doctor. They spend their whole lives obsessing over it. Nothing can make my mom see a doctor. There is nothing. My mom could have an arrow going right through her, and she's trying to pull it out. And you're like, yo, mom, go, let's go see a doctor. And my mom will be like, no, they just want to take people's money. And you're like, then why do you want your kids to be doctors so badly? Because I want my kids to take other people's money. Obviously, the fact that you don't understand is the reason why you never became a doctor. Chinese people love money so much. We have a god of money, 财神爷. We pray him for more money. Every day we go, hey, god of money, give us more money. Even during Chinese New Year, the biggest holiday for Chinese people. When we see each other during Chinese New Year, the way we greet each other is we say, 恭喜发财. I'm sure you heard that before, right? 恭喜发财, 恭喜发财. 恭喜发财 means hope you get rich. That's not Happy New Year. You see how we Chinese people love money? Thank you.
It's a funny thing about mothers and fathers. Even when their own child is the most disgusting little blister you could ever imagine, they still think that he or she is wonderful. Some parents go further. They become so blinded by adoration that they manage to convince themselves that their child has qualities of genius. Well, there's nothing very wrong with all this. It's the way of the world. It is only when the parents began telling us about the brilliance of their own revolting offspring that we start to shout, "Bring us a basin! We're going to be sick!" School teachers suffer a good deal of having to listen to this sort of twaddle from proud parents. But they usually get their own back when the time comes to write the end of term reports. If I were a teacher, I'll cook up some real scorchers for children of doting parents. Your son Maximilian, I will write, is a total washout. I hope you have a family business that you can push him into when he leaves school, because he sure as heck wouldn't get a job anywhere else. Or, if I were feeling lyrical that day, I might write, it's a curious truth that grasshoppers have their hearing organs at the sides of their abdomen. Your daughter Vanessa, judging by what she learned this term, has no hearing organs at all. I might even delve deeper into natural history and say, the periodical cicada spent 6 years as grub underground, and no more than 6 days as a free creature of sunlight and air. Your son Wilfred has spent 6 years as grub at this school, and we're still waiting for him to emerge from the chrysalis. A particularly poisonous little girl might sting me into saying, Fiona has the same glacial beauty as an iceberg. But unlike the iceberg, she has absolutely nothing below the surface. I think I might enjoy writing the end of term reports. Thank you.
My unforgettable trip. I love going on trips. It was the end of summer and my family was planning to go on a picnic. I was very excited because picnics are fun and I get to see a lot of interesting things on our way to the picnic spot. It was a rainy day and the highway looked all smoky as the cars were swishing by. At times, the cars beside us splashed water on our car, and I would dive for cover, forgetting that the water could not come inside. We kept hoping there would be sunshine where the picnic was. The highway was very busy with a lot of big trucks. I am scared of the trucks, especially when they blow their horns. It reminds me of thunder, and I always cover my ears. One special thing I wanted to see was the big bridge that went over the huge river. The water is always blue and looks so beautiful with all the boats with their different colors. Today, even though the water was gray, the boats were still beautiful when we went over the bridge. Finally, we reached the park, and I couldn't wait to get out and have a good stretch. There was fresh smell in the air, and I took long, deep breaths. Suddenly, the sun came out through the clouds. It was another fun part of the trip. Eating and playing games, which is always really enjoyable. I didn't see much of the journey going back home because I was so tired after a fun day at the picnic, so I fell asleep right away. I will never forget this special trip my whole life. To travel is to live, and the best thing of memories is making them. Thank you.